Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elias and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working with Pneumaticraft, trying to get plastic so that we could start working towards getting into Mekanism. And, well, that's exactly what we've done. This is a small little setup to turn LPG, which we're getting from our move fluid cows in the last dimension, into liquid plastic, which we have 31 buckets of. And then you put it in here with some dye, and you can make whatever kind of plastic you want. And I have just a basic, simple system to set that up. We also moved over our pressure chamber, which is fully pressurized. And yeah, everything is pretty much good to go. So, the only other thing we're waiting on is we need machine frame, which this one is nearly done. Do I have any more lasers by chance? I don't know if I made any more lasers or not. I don't know that we can make any more. No, we don't have any more right now. Also, do we want wither protection? Well, we might use those later. Do we have any others of VCO stuff? Nope, just those. Okay. So, between episodes, I went ahead and I made another ender generator times 8. Required me to go into the nether and kill some blazes. I'm going to have to figure something out about that relatively soon just to get them over here and taken care of a little bit more often. But otherwise, pretty much good to continue on for today. So, you know what, let's go ahead and make a full heart. And we'll turn this one into a half heart. So we are going to be working on a couple of different things today, but primarily Mekanism. Mekanism is the plan. So we are currently working on getting, let's see, we're almost to 10-10-10s with the Enderman, which will allow us to get in stone pretty easily, and then we can start sifting that more often. I currently have this going, sifting all the stuff. Is this still getting power? No. Alright, let's turn some of these off. Let's turn the dust off. And let's just do gravel for a little bit. These guys are a little bit too powerful at times. So that is the problem. But is this guy getting power again? A little bit. You know, we don't need the sifting right now. We'll turn that off. Alright, so with that, all of that taken care of, we are going to be working on a couple of different things today. We are maxed out on a lot of metals. We're actually losing metals right now. So that is good to know. So what we're going to do is we're going to start working on Mekanism. So there's our first machine frame. That's what I was waiting on. So the first quest in Mekanism is just to make the Steel Casings, which is the it is the machine frame of Mekanism, or the machine chassis of similar to Ender IO or whatever other mod you want to look at. So in order to make this, we need, let's see, let's go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. So Steel Casing is made with 4 steel, black plastic, and machine frame. So we have a black plastic. I'm actually going to throw the rest of these guys over here, in here, and let's see what else. We're going to need a bunch of steel. If I have 8, we need half a stack, because it's 4 each, correct? Yes. Now real quick, can we get a storage? Let's see. I want to go ahead and make a couple of things real quick to expand our storage with the drawers down here. Eventually we will have nothing but emerald upgrades, but for the time being, let's see, do we have any chests currently? No. So do we have any drawers? No. So what we can do is just one of these, and we'll get some planks. We have plenty of planks right now. Learn that. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops, I messed up. Okay, so learn it, refill, and we get 2 jungle drawers. And then if we want to make Iron upgrade. What is it? Storage upgrade? Yeah, these guys. Can we ever make the creative? No. We need to make sticks. So this surrounded by sticks. We'll make those. And we can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? And then the gold ones. Obsidian. Diamond. We're out of sticks. So let's grab some jungle wood. Get a bunch of sticks. And then we should get the diamond ones. And then emerald. And we can start plugging these in. So, things that we want. So, iron definitely. Gold. None of this stuff really needs it as of right now. Redstone alloy, I don't think we'll need. Diamonds and emeralds won't get there soon enough. So, quartz, lapis, sure, why not? Quartz currently has an iron one. So we'll take out the iron, have the emerald, and eventually I will make enough of these. So for example, this guy has gold, we can take that out and put it in emerald. But the plan is eventually I'm going to have all of these stockpiled with as many upgrades as we can afford. So obsidian might not be a bad thing to upgrade more, but for now that I think is going to be good enough. So let's make our first maybe 2 mechanism machines. Almost. Okay. We still need a little bit more shiny ingots before we can do too much more, but all we have to do is come down here, turn our magnet off, and throw these guys, that, and that. And then make the steel casing. We'll get that, and that should be a quest. And it certainly is. Cool. So steel casing. We'll get rewards. And the first thing we're going to want to do is get a metallurgic infuser. This thing should not be too bad to do. Metallurgic infuser. Let's see. It requires a transistor. Okay, which is not bad. We are going to need some more plastics though. So, we're going to need osmium, which is something we haven't really done much with. So if I want, I don't want that to make any more. So we'll just dump some plastic in there. It's full of plastic. We can make, what color is it? Blue? Cyan. So we'll just make one of these. And we will worry about that later. So, to make the transistor, we're going to need, then we're going to need some gray plastic as well. But we're going to need redstone alloy and compressed iron. So, iron, let's just keep some of this on us, and redstone alloy, which is Ender IO, which is something that we just looked at. We have a full drawer full of. But like I said, eventually I'm going to have 64 stacks on all of these guys. And that's just to make sure everything's good. We're also going to need some gray plastic. So let's go ahead and grab that. We need 2 of those. Alright, so the transistor, again, we just throw this, and this in there. And we get a transistor. Easy enough. And we should be able... Hey, that was a quest for over here. Oh, that was easy. The capacitors are a little bit more difficult because they are going to require an octadic capacitor. However, because we set up the capacitor farm in the nether, we have 71 capacitors, octadic capacitors, and we have 138 of the double layer, which we can make into octadic, and plenty of capacitors. So we should be good on that. Now, can we go ahead and make the metallurgic infuser? We can. Awesome. So with that taken care of, we need 3 of them. So the first one is easy enough. So how close are we on this? Can we make any more lasers? That would be a good question to answer. Let's take a look. Lasers require... Yes, we can make 6 more lasers. So let's get some more conduits and speed up this process. So something like this. 3, 4, 5, 6. That should make things go a lot faster. It's going to start giving us a little bit over 700 RF per tick. Now, how is this guy going to be doing on power? Not good. But we should be fine to get through a little bit of that at least. Do I have enough blaze powder? I can. So let's go ahead and get another set of, let's see, it's 18 of these guys. We're gonna need some ender pearls. It's actually not that many, but let's go ahead and get another ender generator. Ender generator, so we can make 5 of them. We're probably missing the furnaces, so let's get I have a bunch of double compressed cobblestone. We'll just turn that all into this, and 1, 2, 3 I think is what we need to finish this off. Yes. And then we should be able to make this easily enough. I have a couple extra of the energy transfer nodes sitting around, so then all we need is atom conduits, and we can set this up and get more power. And then in a couple more sets of these, we'll be able to just make them one big 64 times generator. So that should start giving us more power. Perfect. So if I need to get, I'll need to get more in blaze powder before we can make much more of the generators, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and get the other 2. Do we have them yet? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna need 2 of these, and that's almost done. So the other thing we're gonna need, one of these days I will put another elevator in here. So the other thing we're gonna need is we're gonna need, let's see, cyan times 2 and gray times 4, and that should be good. So do we have, let's go ahead and get some of this stuff taken care of. This is so close. We're just gonna wait for this. So what the metallurgic infuser, I guess I can talk about that. The metallurgic infuser is kind of the basis for a lot of stuff, and then we might eventually make the factory, but metallurgic infusers allow you to make a bunch of different things. You can make bronze out of it, but the main things you want to do, you can make steel. Steel is pretty easy with this. That might be something we automate later, I don't know. But you make enriched iron, which is used for a lot of stuff, or not. I guess it's not used for that much in this one, in this mod pack. You can make the alloys, which are used for pretty much everything, but require capacitors. That's going to be nasty. You can make the basic control circuits, refined obsidian, and then you can also make, where is it, demon steel from Temperio Essence. We're not quite there yet. Temperio Essence requires the Master Infusion Stone, and we don't have that. That is going to be a little bit of a challenge to get. But then, can't we make... that's something else. Never mind. I was going to say refined glowstone, but that comes from something else. But let's go ahead and make the other 2 metallurgic infusers. Having 3 is actually pretty good. Because how these work is they will take a different component and turn it into something else. And the ones we're going to definitely want is redstone, diamond, and obsidian, refined obsidian. And that will allow us to get pretty much everything we need. The way it looks is we're not going to need carbon, which is kind of surprising. Typically in metallurgy, you'd want to make enriched iron for a bunch of different things, but it looks like it's mostly used for turrets, and I don't care about that right now. You can also make steel out of it. That's how you get steel from Mekanism, but we have other ways to do that. So, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's the transistors, and then the other steel casings, and we can get the metallurgic infusers and start working with those. So, 1 and 2. Is that a quest? It is. Cool. So can also be made. You can also make steel for enriching iron with coal twice. Something like I said we might want to do eventually, but probably not. So let's put this stuff away, and let's grab some conduit. And these guys, okay, so Mekanism has its own power source, like power generation, in the form of joules. However, most packs will allow you to transfer power between any type of power with Mekanism. Doesn't really matter. So we'll just drop some power lines down here. Oh my god. Alright, we're going to use our crescent hammer for this, because the pick is a little too powerful. So we'll just do one of these. I don't know why my game is like not happy right now. We have plenty of FPS. It's just something is up with the placing of blocks, but that's fine. Let's just drop this stuff back like so. And then we can use power down here. So these guys, we can just put right down here. And what we'll do is all these guys are going to have power. As you can see, we can use RF, EU, MJs, joules, whatever. And you can disable in the config files whether or not these guys will accept any other power sources. And these guys are programmed to go ahead and take whatever power source I give them, which is nice. I don't have to worry about it. So with that taken care of, we can start looking at filling them up. So we're going to want redstone for one. We're going to want diamonds for another. And we're going to want enriched obsidian for the last. Now, the best way to do anything with this is with an enriching machine, which we are supposed to make next. So we'll go ahead and look at that before we do anything else. And we can. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these. That. So how many? We can make 2 more. So I need 8 more shiny. Do we have that yet? We have 5. Do I have any shiny ore? Platinum ore over here. I have a little bit. I just want to see. Smelting, it gives you 2. Pulverizing, it gives you 4. And then these guys will give you 4 by pulverizing. So smelt, then pulverize. Got it. So we're just going to throw that in there. And that'll work. Perfect. So we should have enough shiny to get all 8 of the things I want. And so hopefully we have enough. Looks like we'll get enough relatively soon. So I have the stuff to get the next casing. So let's go ahead and make the enrichment chamber if we can. So this, and those. Pretty easy. We can automate this later. We probably will. But much later, we can just use EMC to make this stuff. How did you go through that many crop sticks so fast? I threw in a ton of crop sticks. So let's get some planks. Let's do this. Learn the recipe. And then we'll just make a stack. I put in like 2.5 stacks of crop sticks. Not entirely sure. Why is it? Oh. Okay. Take those out. We're gonna get rid of this. It's just making more seeds there. I have a ton of cactus seeds now. Perfect. That's exactly what I didn't want. Why did it do that? It shouldn't have done that, but okay. I will just deal with that later. Cool. So I think the thing down below is full. Can we use these for anything? We can grow things. Topiary grass. We can squeeze into plant oil later. So just go ahead and keep that stuff. That's fine. Pop down here for a second. This is full of Enderman stuff, so this stuff can all be taken out. And basically I just do this kind of stuff to get all of the essence that I can and get rid of the seeds, because I don't really care about the excess seeds. So that is good enough. And it should be enough to get this to 10. So let's get back to, we need to make the enrichment chamber next. The enrichment chamber requires some complicated stuff. Alright, we're going to throw that in there. We're going to throw this stuff back. And we have some printed circuit boards already, which is nice. These guys are relatively difficult. We need unassembled PCBs. Yeah, it's a pretty nasty thing to do. It's easy at the beginning, and then you need to put into a light box, throw down a block of etching acid, throw an empty PCB that has been exposed by UV, and then it takes 5 minutes. And you have to power it with air and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty terrible. So luckily we already have 2. So we can put those in there. Eventually we'll probably have to make those, but we need an item fabricator. That is the next thing. So let's take a look at that. Item fabricator. This guy requires iron casing. Okay, let's see. Do we have any of that stuff? Probably not. Dark stone is easy enough. We can get some of that. Iron casings require electrosilicon. Can I do that? Yes. Each of these requires one, so we're going to need 4 of these guys. And I think we cook those up. Yes, cool. That's easy enough. So we should be able to make all of this. We only need 2 sets of that. Never mind. And then that. So what's the last thing? Amplification crystal. Please tell me I have one of those, because that's going to be nasty to make. Looks like we're going to have to make circuits. So how are we going to do this? Ugh, this is nasty. This is actually nasty. So we need to make 3 100 logic expansion cards, which requires mercury. Okay, something about this isn't right. Do we actually have to get into all of that before we can get the enrichment chamber? Because we need item fabricator, which is quantum flux. And all of that is pretty easy. Okay, so maybe we can get into Galacticraft already. Galacticraft. So, because what are we going to need? We're going to need the NASA workbench, and that requires a resonant machine. Looks like any machine frame. Pneumatic wrench, which is easy enough, and compressed titanium, so we'll need a compressor. An electric compressor is pretty terrible. But it'd be better than a normal compressor. But we can't do that without a circuit fabricator. Circuit fabricator requires capacitors and enriched alloys. So we need to make a capacitor. So let's get some, let's see, let's look at our quest book. So we can't go down further with Mekanism yet. But we can go ahead and start making some enriched alloys. Because redstone is redstone. It's not the best to use just natural stuff in here. So if we want to put redstone in here, we can. And each one will give us 10 redstone. But what we can do is if we compress it through the enrichment chamber, this will give a lot more redstone. And I can't remember how much. It's like it's a considerable upgrade. So that's something that we'll end up doing later. But for now, I guess we'll just have to use normal redstone. Now what we need is an octadic capacitor. Let's get 16 of these. And we're going to get some capacitors. So these are the pneumatic craft capacitors. So we're going to need compressed iron. And we're going to need, what was it, gray plastic? Yes. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're so close. If we throw in some more coal, we should be good. And this will work just fine. We have plenty of coal in there. So we have 15. I'd like 16 of these capacitors, which is this quest right here. So we only need one, and then it's going to teach us how to make all this stuff, which I really don't want to do. We can also start making basic universal cables, which are pretty easy. They transfer 3.2 kilo RF per tick, which is slightly better than these guys. And arguably these guys are easier to make because steel. So this is heating up. We'll get some more plastic soon enough. And we can go from there. So, yeah, a lot of things to do. Demon Steel is going to unlock quests elsewhere. And let's see, where is Iota? So something in here is going to unlock relatively soon. And I don't know what is kind of blocking it. But maybe circuits? Let's see, compressor. Oh, it might be the capacitors actually. Neither of these guys unlock anything, so I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. So we need more green, which is why I was trying to get the cactuses to begin with. These guys are very, very close. So, cactus green, we have a little bit. Let's see what we can do with this. So, relatively soon we're going to get into Galacticraft, and once we do, we're going to be going to other planets and fighting bosses. And this is bad because it's going to make all of these normal mobs a lot stronger. Also, I need to deal with music discs. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Do we have actually any void upgrades right now? I do. Cool. So both music discs need to be voided. Not a problem. So right here and right here. Alright, do we have a little bit more plastic? Yet. We should be close. Yeah, this is almost there. And it just needs to be a little bit warmer. Heat. We could use just lava or torches to heat this instead of using this guy. Which might actually be better. I'll have to think about that one. If we do use, I think if we use lava, we wouldn't actually have any air pressure needed here. But that's fine. Deal with that later. So these capacitors, we're gonna make some of these. I want to make just one extra. Come on. I bet it needs 100. Yep, needs 100. Does that take any heat? Yes, it does. So it drains some of the heat, so it's going to be a little bit slower. But there's the last bit of plastic, and we'll go ahead and throw all this stuff in here. And make capacitors. Perfect. Take our items out, and that should be a quest. Perfect. So we're going to enrich one of these guys, and to do that, all we have to do is put this in here with enough redstone. How much? I'm not sure, but that takes power. It does its thing. And it uses a good bit of power, but there is the enriched alloy. So there's that, and then we can craft all of this stuff. So I'm still trying to figure out. So compressor is what we need to get into stuff. Which requires machine housing we can make. Steel plates, dark steel anvil, and electrotine. So I don't know why it's thinking we can't do that. Unless it's something to do with something else in this. So the circuit fabricator, let's take a look at that. The circuit fabricator requires energy tablets, which requires enriched alloy. So maybe completing this quest, but let's go ahead and take a look at this stuff. So speed upgrade from Mekanism requires just 2 of those guys and some osmium dust. That's pretty easy, if not expensive. Let's just dump in a bunch of redstone, because this is going to be full of redstone. We also need an energy upgrade from Mekanism, which requires 2 more. So do that. And then we need an energy tablet from Mekanism, which requires 2 more. Plus 1 of these guys. So a lot of capacitors need to go into this. What else are we going to need for this? This requires a lot of stuff, but it's not too bad. We should be able to craft that up. And I think we're going to do that and then probably end off the episode. I just wish I knew what Mekanism wanted from us. Or rather, Galacticraft. So, rocket. I mean, a tier 10 rocket. Tier 1 rocket requires heavy duty plates, which is bronze, all this kind of stuff. Compressed steel. Nothing that's terribly difficult. Nose cone. It just requires a lot of this compressed stuff. And we can either do this, these machines are very slow, and we can either do them with power or electric. So that's kind of why I want to unlock the quest so that we can make the electric ones. But we'll figure that out soon enough. So we need osmium. We need just a piece of osmium and a piece of gold so that we can pulverize both of these. And make this stuff. So not the item conduit, we want the speed upgrade and the energy upgrade. So make sure those took, yes, and then an energy tablet. So to make this, we're going to need one of these capacitor things, which requires all of this stuff. We need redstone, 1, 2, 3. And there we go. So there's one of those. Let's see. We need, for this guy, pulsating iron block. We're also going to need more redstone blocks. So let's just do this. And let's see. So, and then we're going to need a vibrant alloy block. And glowstone. Oh no, not that stuff. Alright, so there's that. This stuff is really expensive. We need the glowstonic steel, don't we? No. And then vibrant alloy block. There we go. So there's the tier 3 battery. And then redstone alloy, this guy, just one of these are enriched alloy, and then osmium. Can I just fill that in? No. Okay. I don't think it likes it because of the battery thing. So there is the energy tablet. So now we can claim a reward. And okay, circuit breaker, this is probably what does it. So we'll work on that one next episode. But for now, let's go ahead and open up these reward bags. So we have cooking for blockheads. We have 3 graders, or 3 goods rather. Aristotle, quantum energy, yeah, none of that's good. And then our grader, invisible bedrock. All pretty bad. Oh well. So we have a good bit of stuff taken care of. I can go ahead and make the rest of the steel casings that I want to make. And then, yeah, things should be good. So this is running low on, well, we're out of the LPG in there. So basically we just need to get temperature up. Oh, we're out of coal in there. Okay. I can fix that pretty easily. So just grab a stack of coal. And we'll get the rest of the plastic that we can. And next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to start working towards space travel. Now, before we do that, I do need to figure out where I'm going to have... I think we're going to extend another platform this direction. So I'm going to start moving the rest of the base over. Some of the stuff like this system I'll probably set up again later. The smeltery is supposed to go right in here, which I probably will because I think it's needed. And then the hardest part is going to be moving the mana stuff, which real quick, I wish I had some more living rock. There is an item we can make that is a mana tablet. These guys, which is just a bunch of living rock around a either a mana pearl or a mana diamond, it doesn't matter which, that we can then use to basically transfer mana. So let's get some stone, and I'll try to demonstrate that relatively quickly. So with 4 stone, let's take half a stack, why not? We'll just cook this up, put the rest of the stuff away. Alright, cool. So this will take just a minute, but basically a lot of this stuff, if I want to have it work later, we can, but if not, for example, like the dirt production, I don't know if we're going to need this or not, but I can set up a pretty easy, quick and easy system somewhere later. I think underneath, I think what I want to do is Britannia up here, and I think underneath I will have some of those automated systems like lava production and clay and obsidian production in case I ever want it. So it's just one of those things of figuring out where to put stuff and deciding on that kind of stuff. Underneath here is going to be mob spawning that is not like the tower. And then we'll have a platform here that is going to be teleportation. I think underneath will be all of the portals, and then on top will be Galacticraft stuff. And Galacticraft will be specifically over here. I will run power lines over here as well. So, which I have some. I just need to run them the rest of the way. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to kind of work towards relatively soon. But just to kind of give a demonstration, there's all of that. Let's grab a mana diamond because those are easier. Actually, mana pearls are just as easy. It's ender eyes that are hard, not ender pearls. And there's a mana tablet, so all we have to do is come over here to this guy and say transfer from the pool to the tablet. We throw that in there, and it will pretty quickly drain. Now I'm going to keep a little bit of mana in these guys at all times. I'm going to keep the tablet full a little bit. The reason being is it's going to make it easier later. So something I'm probably going to end up doing, because I don't think this tablet will hold all of the mana, I will probably end up making another mana. Whoop, did it just duplicate? Nope, okay. I'll probably end up making another mana pool, which is fine. We're going to need some. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Next time, we're going to work towards Galacticraft a little bit more steadily after doing this quest. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!